anti-gravity. And in its simplest terms, anti-gravity is a form of frequency. All anti-gravity is, or ever was, is anti-node. A node is a musical resonance, and an anti-node is a high-pressure zone. So a node being a low-pressure zone is resonance, and the anti-node being a high-pressure zone. So what I'm talking about is if you take frequency, for instance, and you could create an antinode, so basically a neutral point, within a mass, or basically the whole mass, then basically your wave reflections outwards or inwards is basically imponderable. Statistically, you could think of it like this. If something is within a standing wave, its weight is nullified, or it has no weight. Okay, so if you were to create a standing wave, much like they do, you've seen some of the YouTube videos, they take 4 speakers, they create standing. Center of them 4 speakers, they can levitate things, small items, diodes, ping pong ball, things like that. How they're doing that is they're projecting a standing wave 360 degrees onto an object. You can do this superficially. You can impose a bigger mass onto a smaller mass. Okay? It's a lot easier than you think.
The quantity of investigations that have to be investigated are huge, and the amount we don't know is forever growing.
Yeah.
But it joins together, just like my notes on this when I put it on side. I had it on side, and all of a sudden they yelled at me, and I said, "What?" You know, it was just like a rock. The notes collectively yelled at me, and the notes, and it said, "Don't you realize that a node, an acoustic node, is a low pressure area?" And I said, "What?" And then what about 3 to 5 of my thoughts got together and came across as, yeah. So I went in, I took some graphics people, and I said, "Start drawing this. I don't know what it looks like, but this is what it does." And I went over to some technical people, and I said, "Start building this thing. I don't know what it, but this is what it does." And so, all of a sudden, I got a gigantic tube and put a 18-inch speaker on both sides of it, and then got it. I know the velocity of light, of sound, and so I got the node to be right in the middle of the darn thing. I just cranked it up, cranked the dBs up, so it's right there. And it was hanging down from the roof. And I took my knife and I cut it, and air rushed in. I said, "Well, the node is low pressure area. The anode has to be high pressure area." So I cut it on each side of it, and it swung out. And then we got 8 of them, and we got to sort of fly around flat.
Oh,
Is that interesting?
that
Sounds about the way UFOs sound.